For the best sports in Lorain, that's TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. It's the home opener for Titans basketball, and it's the opener of the LEL. Jay Ferguson, Bob Braskich, Joe Bach here as the Titans host the Bedford Bearcats. Bob, first off, welcome back for another season, number 22.
Number 22. I thank you, and I thank Joe Bach and Brian Corey and everybody else that has me back. We're in for a game here, Jay. You and I commented before the game. This Bedford team, a lot of them played as freshmen and sophomores. Now they're juniors and seniors.
Yep.
They're pretty good. They come in at 2-0, and we're injured tonight.
Titans come in at 1-1, but they come in also without their leading scorer on the young season, Jordan Jackson, who is on the bench in street clothes as he's been home ill. That's along with Seth
Wilson.
Titans control the tip, but it's taken away by Malik Simmons. Aaron Whitehead, number 0. 23 is Aiden Brown. 20, Jameer Billings. 3, Devontae Jackson. And 5, Deontay Benejan are the Titans starters. Into the corner 3, Trey Miller with the ball. Skips it over to number 11, Venterio Smith-Lowry.
Bedford's having a tough time recognizing the defense.
Right. 4, Malik Simmons. 12, Jaylon Clark, and their best player, number 2, Chase Harris. They are 2-0 on the young season, victories over Mayfield and Parma Padua. This is a level of athleticism they have not seen. First shot missed, back up, good, and that is Chase Harris.
Yeah.
Does a little bit of everything for this team. Deontay Benejan on the drive, lays it up, glass and good. Deontay the length to the floor, and we're tied at 2. Back to Harris on Aiden Brown. Contact, no call, up and in. Harris 4, Lorain 2.
Yeah, that was pretty good. They got it out and up the floor in a hurry.
Lorain playing basically with a 7-man rotation tonight with Jaco Lee and Javon Manning, the 2 on the bench. 3-ball, no, but rebound comes out to Billing. Back to Devontae Jackson. Knocked away by Harris, and he's got a steal. And he'll go around and down low.
You have to stop the ball.
Back to Harris in the corner. Venterio Smith-Lowry, no, tipped up out of bounds to the rain. Say it was last touched by Jaylon Clark, number 12. Frantic pace early on, Bob, and I don't know.
And usually a frantic pace is in our favor.
But we've got 3 of our top 10
exactly
not in uniform. Benejan looking for a cutter, gets it around to Whitehead rather. Devontae Jackson, Benejan, Whitehead, Billings, Jackson. Lots of reversals, no looks.
I'm glad to see that.
18-footer, rim and no. Simmons leads the break off the rebound. All the way down, up, no. Benejan with a board, and back come the Titans. Near side Whitehead. Whitehead will put it on the floor, bring it back out.
Ouch.
Knocked away by Harris. He's got off the foot of number 3, Trey Miller. Titans got a break there.
Yeah.
Chase Harris, among other things, has got some Inspector Gadget arms, Bob. They are long, number 2. He's very thin, but got good length at about 6'1 or 6'2. Billings.
We're running more offense tonight than I've seen in a couple of years.
And I think that there were some off-season adjustments, and that might be part of what it is.
Well, the last couple of years we had a couple of guys in
that could create their own.
Yeah, in Grant and Pierre Lewis that could create offense. That isn't necessarily the case this year, and they accounted for at least 40 last year, those two. So,
right. And I know that the coaching staff, Coach Sean Hood on the bench now for the Titans as the varsity assistant, brings a little bit different set of intangibles than
right as far as offensive concept. Right.
He and the coaching staff took a field trip down to the University of Virginia to visit the national champions and Tony Bennett, and you'll see some of the blocker mover principles in the Titans.
Well, I've seen more screens set tonight in 3 minutes than I saw in many games last year.
Harris dumps it off. Billings got a hand, back up and in by number 12.
Second stick back, Jay.
Jaylon Clark, 6-2 Bedford.
Second put back.
3 ball, up and good for Aaron Whitehead. He's going to have to get some points for us. We got to get him from somewhere. Bedford off the dribble, fade away, no. Benejan with a board, and he's going to have to do some boarding. Whitehead down the lane, leaves it for Aiden Brown, forces it up and in. Aiden Brown from Aaron Whitehead, and the Titans back on top 7-6. 4:05 to go first quarter, and this is a frantic pace. Nice back recovery by Devontae Jackson to knock it away. That's what you've got to watch out for when your pressure in the ball is back.
Yeah, Bedford is very comfortable against the pressure thus far, Jay.
Harris in the lane off the curl, lays it up. No, tip up by Harrison in.
Third stick back.
And he's got 6. 8-7. You know, we're talking to Coach Rossitano before. There's a turnover, unforced error there. Harris on a run out, pushes off, lays up and in.
Very skilled move to the basket right there by that young man. Jays Harris. That was very skilled.
One of the things that Coach Rossitano was worried about was rebounding, and that has been the number one issue thus far. Benejan off a curl cut, up rim, no. Devontae Jackson and Aiden Brown, as Devontae pulled it out of there. Benejan fakes, drives down the lane, layup up and in.
Wow.
Benejan knows the layups. We know that. 10-9 Lorain.
Okay, you got to get back against these guys. Bedford always runs. They've been doing it forever.
Smith, Lowry, 12. You don't have to play offense if you can get down the floor. And the pace, Coach Rossitano emptying the bench. He's got 2 at the scorer's table. Other than that, he's got 1/4 of Beon Smith-Belcher on the bench, who played in the JV game. Billings for 3 from the top. Off the side. That was a frustration shot there. Pass ahead, knocked away by Benejan out of bounds. Manning and Jaco Lee into the lineup. Benejan and Brown get the first blows with 2:43 to go. 12-9 Bedford. First off their bench, number 5, Raymel Hester. He's only a sophomore, isn't he, Bob, number 5?
Yes, just a sophomore.
Very young Bedford. That's over and back. He knew it, and he couldn't do anything about it. Number 3, Trey Miller. The ball was in the air.
Okay, Jay, refresh me. My mind.
You've got to establish.
I didn't think it was over and back.
You've got to establish yourself in the backcourt before you can touch it from the front court. And he was in the air when he caught that ball, so when he landed.
Okay, gotcha.
Pitch back, Jaco Lee fakes it, and back to Whitehead in the corner. Nice recovery effort by the Bedford defense. Devontae Jackson, Jameer Billings on the ball screen, curl cut to Lee, the hook pass. And if there's one thing that this Titan team has to be wary of, it's the overhead passes, Bob.
Yeah.
Whitehead glass, no, rebound and run.
Here they go.
This is Miller against Jackson, up, no, rebound, out of bounds, off. It's going to be Lorain ball after Tony Jordan comes in and corrects. It was 3, then 3, but it was Jackson and then Trey Miller. 12-9 Bedford, 2:06 to go. Benejan back for Billings.
Jay, they're getting transition opportunities, and we're going through the heart of their defense every time.
Right. Oh, yeah, no doubt about who's working harder on offense. Whitehead with the ball. Benejan, that's because you got to get stops. You can't run from an out-of-bounds situation against a good team. Devontae Jackson has the whole team go up, and there's the first whistle of the ball game. Green number 4, Malik Simmons gets the foul. His first, team's first. Junior Devontae Jackson at the line for 2 shots. Devontae really came along as the football season progressed. He went from wide receiver to quarterback the last 3 games and did a great job.
I see one of our old friends, Beyond Belcher, on the bench. Jay, has he been playing varsity minutes?
He's been playing. He played 4 quarters in the JV game today.
Okay, so he has 1 quarter here?
Yes. That's why I say we have 7 players and a quarter of Beyond. 2 for Devontae, whistle. Substitutes for Bedford, 23, Brucion Streeter in. 5, Ramel Hester we had in the game. Who else? 20, was that 11, Venterio Smith Lowry. So we're all set. 4 starters and Hester. Hester gets it across against the 1-3-1. Harris knocked away from behind by Billings. He's got amazing defensive hands, Bob. Jaco Lee back to Benejan down the lane. Might have lost a tooth. He got hit up high. That's going to be Harris. Could have been any number. First foul on Chase Harris. Aiden Brown will return for Manning. Javon Manning had been playing a lot of JV, but none tonight, just because of how short-handed we are. Jaco Lee. Benejan. Billings cuts and fills and then back cuts away. Lee runs it down at the half-court stripe. You cannot fake a back cut, guys. You're going to go, you got to go. Benejan in trouble, lost it. Harris comes up with it.
Another transition opportunity.
And another layup.
Yeah.
Venterio Smith Lowry, they have 7 baskets, and they're all layups.
When you play Bedford, just historically, you have to get back on deep.
All layups.
If you have to keep 2 back, you have to do what you have to do.
I haven't seen us, that was off a steal, so it was already halfway out. But Jackson forces up, had a rebound, lost it. Hester on the run. Smith Lowry, baseline, Billings cuts him off. And it's back to Harris, got away with one there. Pitches it out to
Got away with the travel.
Yep. 32 seconds to go, 14-11, Bedford. Miller works against Lee. This is to Lorain's advantage, the half court, because of their quickness now. 15 seconds to go, and they'll get it over to the bell cow. Chase Harris, double team, pitches it back out to Miller. 7 seconds to go. Miller against Lee. Miller into the lane, whistle tied up. And there's going to be a foul on Jaco Lee.
Is that going to be on a shot?
Well, if it is, it's not a very good call. It's on the baseline, I believe.
With 3 seconds remaining?
Yeah, that was what he was pointing at. Whitehead back for Jackson with 3 seconds to go. Into the corner. Chase Harris behind the backboard, had it knocked away. Aiden Brown got a piece.
Yep.
And we've played one frantic quarter here at Lorain. Bedford 14, Lorain 11. Back with more after this timeout.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Back here at Lorain for the second quarter. Everybody has caught their breath, and Bedford will start with the ball and a 3-point lead. This is Ramel Hester against Aaron Whitehead. Venterio Smith Lowry launches one. No. Rebound to Bedford, though. Simmons with it into the lane. Titans are going to have to do something on the defensive boards. Bedford making a living on second and third shots. Billings with the takeaway to Benejan. That was a nice move at half court on the spin by Billings, and then pitched it ahead. 14-13 Bedford. Down the lane against Aiden Brown. Shot up and in. Another layup. And that was 23, Brucion Streeter. Whitehead against pressure. Benejan. Billings. Whitehead lost it off his foot.
Yes.
Didn't go out of bounds. Yep.
Wow, gave up on it.
Lack of hustle there, and by all 5 Lorain Titans, and it's 18-13, biggest lead of the game for the Bearcats. Turnovers are one thing. You got to play through them till you hear the whistle. There's a good example. Looking to trap everything because of their length. Down the lane, Benejan got whacked, got it out to Whitehead. Into the corner, fakes one up. No, Brown tip up.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden Brown with the tip in off the palm of the hand.
Wow.
You remember the first game last year, Aiden Brown whistle, and that should be a travel. Aiden Brown came off the bench and got 17 rebounds for Lorain. And that's kind of what they're going to need tonight. Benejan comes back to help against the pressure as Hester's just face guarding Whitehead. They'll let anybody else bring it ahead. Devontae Jackson against Harris. A second early foul on Harris wouldn't be a bad thing. Benejan, 3-ball, back rim, no. Brown rebound, back up on the jump hook, no. Devontae Jackson got fouled.
Wow. You know,
this is a big call right here, Bob.
Yeah, it is.
And it's number 2. Chase Harris, his second, 8 points and 2 fouls with 6 minutes to go in the half.
You know, Bedford's defense, Jay, isn't really fundamentally sound if you watch them, but they're long and they're athletic, and that makes up for a lot of, they're in a zone in this out of bounds play, but that makes up for a lot of those fundamental shortcomings.
Now they'll switch back to the man after the inbound. Titans gave them that opportunity. Whitehead. Harris went to the bench, by the way, with those 2 fouls. Jackson will trap the handoff. That's one thing that more teams have done. Venterio Smith, Lowry lays it up. He's got 6. And again, they're trapping the dribble handoff, which is
a fundamentally sound strategy, Jay.
And because one thing, that's exactly what happens. If you steal it, you're going to get a layup. Benejan working hard, gets off a 15-foot fadeaway that goes in. Deontay with 8, 20-17. Miller back quickly.
Jay, has Bedford scored anything beyond 8 feet?
Nope. Jackson got grabbed. Foul is on 4. Simmons with his second. So Bedford has 4 fouls, but 2 apiece on 2 of their starters. Returning, Spruceon Streeter 23, 0, Aaron McCrimmon. And for Lorain, Benejan gets a break, and Jaco Lee comes back in. We now have 3 guys under 5'10" on the perimeter for Lorain. We got 6'4" Aiden Brown and maybe 6'1" or 6'2" Devontae Jackson. So
going to that delay game here, Jay.
Well, I think
try to shorten up the game.
This is one way you get your guys blows, 20-17. The other thing is, you've got 2 of their starters down in foul trouble. Maybe you want to play against this bunch. 18-footer from Whitehead, front rim, no. Tip, but controlled by Clark. He stopped and then gets it into the corner, knocked away, out of bounds to Lorain. It wasn't knocked away, it was just thrown out of bounds. 4:32 to go in the half, 20-17. Bedford's up by the 3 they were ahead at the end of the quarter. They've been up by as many as 5. Whitehead against Clark. Jaco Lee, Aiden Brown, Devontae Jackson, Whitehead. Good midline principles there. Whitehead will walk into a 21-footer. No, Lee runs down the rebound. When Aaron's shot gets flat, that's when he gets in trouble. Brown fakes.
Wow, haven't seen that out of Brown.
The fake and the take, and it's 20-19. Aiden's got 6.
Nice.
Bob, he was such a non-factor Tuesday night at Bedford. He had right after the home of the Brave, he got his 3rd foul, and he just Brown ahead for Jackson. Jackson controls. Jaco Lee, Whitehead down the lane. Off for Devontae Jackson, 3-ball, no. Rebound to Clark. pulled it out. Smith Lowry gets it back to McCrimmon. Whole launch. Back rim, no. Rebound to Jaco Lee. And back comes Lorain. Jackson, corner, Whitehead, 3-ball. That one's flat, nope. Aiden Brown. Back to Lee. Billings, he'll throw 3. That one looks good. Back rim, that one. And the Titans are watching. They're not rebounding. They're not recovering.
Well, let's get back on defense. Let's start with that.
That shot went up, and nobody moved, Bob. Substitutes at the scorer's table for Lorain. All we got, Benejan and Manning. This is Devontae Jackson. That's Jameer Billings. This is Aiden Brown. Glass, no. Tip up, and no.
Come
Brown
on.
again.
Yeah.
Third time's a charge for Aiden Brown. I've always found the teams shoot best on their third try. Takeaway, Whitehead got it ahead to Devontae. This could be fun. Euro step, no.
Foul?
Billings whacked on the rebound.
Yeah.
I think I'd have rather had the stick back. There's some tongues dragging out there, and Devontae Jackson is one of them. He's heading to he's hoping that sub is for him.
Jay, it doesn't appear like Bedford shoots it particularly well from the perimeter. If you look at the shots, the rotation,
right.
But when they do, I mean, all the more reason to emphasize getting back on defense and take away these easy baskets.
Right. Jaco Lee to trigger. Benejan, Whitehead. They set the screen for Lee. It doesn't happen. Benejan gets it back. Lee to the top. Benejan shuffled the feet and knocked it down. 10 for Deontay. Timeout Lorain. And this might be as much as anything a 30-second catch your breath with 2:10 to go in the half.
With Lorain
Titans
winning.
on top at 23-22.
Wow.
And it's been, Bob, the pace has been such, but Bedford has not scored on anything outside of 3.
They have not. And I think the moral of the story is I don't think we can press them. I mean, we've got to, number one, get back on defense, take away the transition baskets to the extent that we can, and then we've got to really force them to go through the heart of our defense and contain the basketball. We've got a few times we've been beaten off the dribble. I'm not impressed with how Bedford looks shooting the ball from the perimeter. We might want to take a step back just for the sake of containment angles.
Force them to show it.
Show me you can shoot it before I'm going to come out there and press you. But up until that point, I'm going to take away your dribble drive.
Right, and to this point, now we get smaller as Aiden Brown gets a blow. Javon Manning in the back at 6'3". He'll be the big. This is Smith Lowry taken away by Bennett.
Another steal.
Euro step up, and Deontay with 12.
Nice.
Titans by 3, 25-22. That was McCrimmon. The Titans are now taking a page
Another
out.
steal.
Billings knocks it free. Picked up in the backcourt by Hester. Billings again. Whitehead up and good.
Wow.
Little X with 5. Back comes Bedford down 5. Long pass to the cheerleaders, and it'll be Lorain.
Wow. A spurt of defense off the steals.
And that's what Lorain has been able to do. Is, talk about jumping the dribble handoff. Well, right there it was a couple times when offensive players come together. And I told you about the hands of Jameer Billings.
I see that.
Jalen Clark returns for Bedford, along with Simmons and Chase Harris, Trey Miller. Harris with 2 on the floor with 1:16 to go, but Titans with a 5-point lead. Looking for 8, front rim, no. Harris with the rebound. They're a different team here with him on the floor because he can get to the hoop. Blocked though, and Benejan had it, and it'll be a jump ball to Lorain with 61 ticks on the clock in the first half.
Another defensive play.
But
really,
at the rim. Got to stop the basketball. Harris is going to come out. They're playing a little offense-defense here as they felt they needed a basket there as Lorain's had an 8-9-0 run. fact, it's been 10-0. It was 22-19 Bedford. Or 8-0, I guess. My math is bad. Jump pass to Billings, fakes it, back to Jackson down the lane, left hands it up, blocked. Nice block there by Simmons. Back pressure knocked it away, and then Billings knocked it away again. He got fouled that. He got a foul that time. And it was Jameer Billings. You'll take that foul from him on the back pressure, though.
Well, that foul allows us to set our defense, actually, and that's only two.
Two on the team.
Yeah, so actually a good foul.
27-22, there's 41 ticks to go. It does get Chase Harris back in on offense. Devontae Jackson will take him. Harris does not. First thing he did was when Jackson stuck his hand out onto his hip as he smacked it away, watching a little game within a game. Into the backcourt, and Trey Miller. I think Bedford wanted the ball a little bit closer to the basket there. Simmons. Harris against Jackson.
A little triangle.
Triangle delay here. Titans should be familiar with this. Simmons. Harris with 20 seconds to go. Down the lane with the left kick out. Almost a travel there. It definitely got some guys not used to handling it under pressure. It's Malik Simmons. He's not one of them. Trey Miller, number 3. And Chase Harris, number 2. Whistle. It's going to be a bump on the Titans on the floor.
Okay, still no damage, though.
Well, the damage is it's 2 on Billings. That's 3 seconds to go. I might want to get him out here defensively. And they are. Jaco Lee in.
Good call, Jay.
Billings.
Good sub, Coach John. Nice.
We talked about this earlier. Bedford inbounds, and it's the give and go, and Harris fires 3. No, Benajan ends the half with the ball, and on a great last 4 minutes of the half, when you thought the Titans would be at their most tired, Bob, the legs came through. 27 for Lorain, 22 for Bedford. Back with second half action after this timeout.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Crowd filing back in here as we try to get set to start the second half. Bedford will have the ball. 27-22. The Titans finished the half on an 8-0 run.
They sure did.
To go from down 3 to +5. Whitehead 0, 20 Billings, 5 Benajan, 23 Brown, 3 Jackson, 4 Lorain. Titans short-handed here. Bedford with 3 Trey Miller. 12 Jaylon Clark, who had a basket in the first half. Knocked away by Benajan. Number 4 Malik Simmons. Number 11, Venterio Smith-Lowry, who had 8. And number 2, Chase Harris, who had 8. The story of this game, Bob, was in the first quarter, Bedford scored everything at the rim. 7 baskets, all layups or stickbacks.
Yep.
In the second quarter, they didn't get those shots.
Well, Lorain High turned them over at 10-second line 3 or 4 times, Jay, and that's why we're up by 5.
And we made some shots which meant that they couldn't rebound and run. Nice out-of-bounds play there,
sure
but Aiden Brown
Back
made
screen.
quick work out of it and then stole the rebound. Devontae Jackson here to Aaron Whitehead. Deontay Benajan. Jameer Billings throws 3 from the corner around. No. Rebound off to Miller, and back comes Bedford. 27-22. Lorain. Jordan Jackson, off an already depleted Lorain squad, out for the evening with an illness, hadn't been in school.
Open 5, pass, cut, and fill right there.
Nice layup
That's
there
how you do
by
it.
Venterio Smith-Lowry.
That's how
He's in
you do
double
it.
figures with 10. Leading the Titans in the first half, Deontay Benajan had 12, and Aiden Brown had 8, 20 of the 27. Aaron Whitehead had 5. Brown had a tip on it, but
we
Harris
need Aaron to hit some shots.
There's an easy layup right there in transition by Jaylon Clark. And that's what we can't do, Bob.
Well, here we are going through the heart of their defense again.
And they aren't.
And they are not.
Aaron
Exactly.
Whitehead bulls his way down, gets it to Billings, back to Whitehead. Front rims it, Billings lays it up and in. Jameer Billings on the board with 2. 29-26 Lorain. Down low, Harris against the smaller Billings, gets to the hoop. Good help from Jackson, but then he took it back and knocked it down. Chase Harris in double figures with 10, and there they are at the rim again.
Yeah. I thought that was definitely a foul.
Take care of the basketball. This game had no 1-and-1s in the first half. So no bone, no foul.
Nice
Jackson curl cut and then knocked away to the cameraman in the corner. Right idea, but there was the one hand up high pass again that we got in trouble with in the first quarter. 29-28 Lorain as Devontae Jackson gets it into Aaron Whitehead. Whitehead with the only 3 either team made in the first half.
I don't recall Bedford hitting anything from the perimeter, Jay.
Jackson, Benajan, Billings, 3-ball, nice rotation, but long. Devontae Jackson tried to cuff it, no. And Malik Simmons on the run to Smith-Lowry. Billings has him into the lane. Back rim, no. Deontay Benajan, who I can tell you right now, Bob, has set a career high in rebounds. All the way to the hoop.
The way.
And then no. Chase Harris comes back all the way. No. Knocked away, and Billings will come down with it. He's got Benajan on the run, one-hand layup up and in. Deontay with 14, 31-28. 5 minutes left in the quarter. Harris.
Nice move.
Nice move, but Devontae Jackson will walled up and then come with the rebound. Aiden Brown length of the court. Missed the dunk, but he got pushed from behind, and that could be an intentional foul. John Rossitano asking for it. We'll see what Tony Jordan comes up with. The foul is on number 4, Malik Simmons, his 3rd.
Saying not.
It would be 2 shots. He was as close to going for that ball as I was, Bob.
Yeah, I agree, Jay.
That was the forearm across the lower back.
Yeah, I don't think they thought the push was...
Now they're talking it over.
Yeah. But even a slight push when you're in the air like that, going up to the basket, can do some damage.
That was not a basketball play is how I would have ruled it. Aiden Brown, first one good. Aiden with 9, looking for 10. Jake O'Lee in for Benajan, who gets a quick blow. And 23, Brucion Streeter, who had a basket for 2 in the first half for Bedford. He replaces Simmons with the 3 fouls.
Okay.
Brown knocks them both down. 10 for him. The lead's back to 5. The biggest lead for either team has been 5. Harris down the lane.
Blocked.
Aiden Brown got that from behind. Went right through him, to be perfectly honest with you. A lot of officials would not let you make that play. Not because it was a foul, but because it looks like you can't make the play without fouling. Harris.
Nice drop step.
And laid it up and in.
Yep.
Chase Harris with 12.
Jay.
And we just don't have a guard to match up with him.
Jay, Bedford's organized.
Yes.
Out of bounds plays.
Yep.
Offense with plays with a purpose. Defense isn't fundamentally sound, but it's okay.
Jake O'Lee, Aaron Whitehead. Whitehead gets into the lane, 15-footer, back rims
He's
it.
having a rough night.
It's flat. He's got to get up. He's got to get some more arc on the ball. Harris all the way and then into the corner. This is Miller. That had no rotation. Billings got away with a shove off there. Jackson, a double dribbled and then picked it up to Billings. Whitehead, Jake O'Lee. Whitehead drops it off to Aiden Brown.
No-look pass.
And Harris. Little contact there.
Okay, wait, Jay, was a foul call there?
No. It was out of bounds off of Aiden Brown.
Okay.
And Aiden and Harris got tied up, and they both got a good little laugh about it rather than get excited. I think, I think Harris was on Aiden's foot, and then Aiden dumped him somehow. 33-30 Lorain. 12 is Jalon Clark, 3 Trey Miller. This is 5 Ramel Hester off the bench against Benejan. Here's the bell cow.
Here's pass, cut, and fill again.
Yep. This is Chase Harris, 2. Into the corner to Hester off the dribble. Back out. Devontae picks it. Nice play by Devontae Jackson with the Inspector Gadget look. Whitehead on the cut, and he got raked in the act. And if that's on number 2, and I believe it is, Chase Harris picks up his 3rd. That might be the biggest play of the game thus far.
Only the second foul of the half, Jay. This is going to be one of the quickest games we've ever done.
Chase Harris has 3 now, Bob. Let's see if they ride him. He is their guy. Benejan in the corner. Around Manning, lays it up with the one hand. No rebound. Javon Manning did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Devontae Jackson, Aaron Whitehead throws 3. That one looks good. See the height?
Yep, more lift.
Yep, and off the fingers. That not only more lift, but more rotation. 36-30. I hope that was a self-correct. Wax with 8. Jalon Clark against Lee. Whistle, timeout, Bedford.
Well,
32nd timeout. Each team has used 1 now.
Jocko Lee forced him to take that timeout.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
And it was the ball pressure of Jocko Lee. But it does give me a chance to tell you that the sports medicine team at Cleveland Clinic Sports Health offers expert diagnosis and treatment for athletes of all abilities and ages. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, proud medical provider for Lorain High School student athletes. And they've earned their money this year as the Titans with Seth Wilson out with an injury and Cam Thomas still out with an ankle injury from football rehabbing.
Oh, that's right.
So you've got those 2 down
plus
with injuries, plus
Jordan Jackson tonight.
That's 3 of your top 10.
I forgot about Cam.
And your backup size.
Yeah. Wow. The nature of the football injury is?
Ankle. It was about the 8th week. And I think he's close to coming back. And I think Seth is looking maybe at the first of the year. And that's not anything official. Nice move there to the hoop. No. Manning again did a great job. Lee ends up with the rebound to Whitehead. Whitehead on a hurry. Bounces to Manning. Manning up and in.
Nice.
Javon Manning from Lil Axe. 38-30. Titans' biggest lead of the ball game. You know, Aaron Whitehead has got an academic scholarship to Ohio State for next year.
Nice pass.
That whistle and Manning gets the foul there. Yeah. But I know that he could make some smaller college very happy with what he has to offer.
At what D level?
Low D2, D3, for sure. Big D3,
sure,
high D3.
For sure D3, Jay. Yeah. No doubt.
First shot up.
I agree with you on the D2.
It was funny. I was talking to a D3 coach at Brush the other night, and I said, well, what do you think? He said, I love him. I said, well, he doesn't have great size. He said, if he was any bigger, we wouldn't be able to talk to him. 38-30. Aiden Brown comes back along with Jameer Billings. Both shots off. Lil Wax with a board. 5-7 down there with the big guys. And Bob, if you want to see something, you got to see this kid at 5'7" throw it down.
No, you're kidding.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Delay game. You're kidding.
Nope.
No way, Jay.
No,
come
I've seen,
on.
Bob, if I hadn't seen it myself, I'd be saying what you're saying. Well, I'll see. With 1:15 to go, they'll hold and play for the last shot.
Shorten the game.
We've got a short bench. Now, Lee against Miller. Curl cut to Benejan in the lane. Back to Aiden Brown. Lays it up and in! Aiden Brown from Benejan. And he's got 12, and it's 40-30. Titans with a double-digit lead.
Get a stop here.
Smith Lowry crosses over, gets to the hoop, airballs it. Aiden Brown with another board. Aaron Whitehead comes ahead with 40 seconds to go.
There's nothing there right away. Pull it out.
And he will. One thing you do when you play for John Rossitano is you learn to recognize the voice. 28 seconds to go, and they'll play for one. Titans get the ball coming out, Bob, so a basket here and a basket to start the quarter.
That last stop was key. And then obviously gave us the opportunity to burn 40 seconds or so here to play for the last shot, which could go in.
Yes, it could. Whitehead gets the ball, screen from Brown back to
Go ahead.
Lee, extra pass, Billings.
Yes!
Three ball, Jameer Billings. 43-30. No!
Oh, yeah.
We've played three here at Lorain. 43 for Lorain, 30 for Bedford. Back with more after this timeout.
Wow.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily. Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State. Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Back here at Lorain, fourth quarter set to begin, 43-30, Titans on top. Down 3 at the end of one, but back-to-back, 16-8 quarters give the Titans the largest lead of the night. Whitehead, Jackson, three ball. Oh, Aiden Brown had a hand on the rebound too, but Simmons comes out with it, back pressure. That's your big running down their guard. Aiden Brown straight up, no, tip up in 11. Venterio Smith Lowry has 12. 43-32. Now we don't need a track meet. We'll go all the way to the hole. Low X. Double figures with 10. Because that was a scoop left hand.
Yep.
And that's a pretty nice spin move. Tipped up, no. Jackson had the rebound. Down the lane. Jackson took back what was rightly his, and he'll start the break.
Don't
Whitehead.
Force anything. Oh, my, Jay.
Hello.
What was that?
That was your Euro step. And then Whitehead gets back in. He's going to get called for the block. But he thought he had a chance. He high-fived the official, Bob.
There was a pass fake while he was up in the air.
He just high-fived the official on that call, and it was against him. Bedford out of bounds, 47-32, Titans by 15. Now timeout, Lorain.
Fatigue timeout. This is a catch a blow.
Played a minute of the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think it's also, let's recognize we plus 15 here.
Yeah, and you have to ready the team to be pressed because Bedford's not going to sit back and and with down by 15 with just a short amount of time gone in the fourth quarter, they're going to come out and extend their defense.
If there comes a point in this game where you have to put a team on the line, you're going to have to resort to some WWE tactics, Bob. It's 2 team fouls apiece in the second half.
Right. They're definitely letting them play, but again, that would be in Bedford's favor if they have to come out and press with it, which I expect them to do out of this timeout. I really do, Jay.
Can't press without
You're down by 15. That's true.
You can't press without a score. Right below us, Venterio Smith-Lowry will inbound. Back to him on the give and go. He'll go all the way to the hole, lay it up. No, Aiden Brown with another rebound. Benejan throw it too far. Oh, I'm sure that Coach Rossitano is thinking, what did we just talk about? We don't need to hurry. They do. Missed the dunk, but back up and in by Simmons. Nice challenge by Aiden Brown. Benejan's going to get it back here. Laid it up and in. Deontay's got 16, 49-34. 6.5 to go. Smith-Lowry. And this is Simmons. And that is Harris. Harris goes down the lane. Scoop. That's a nice move.
Yeah.
Chase Harris with 14 to lead Bedford. Titans by 13 as Whitehead handles against pressure.
Somebody help.
Gets it across to Billings. Back to Whitehead. 6:05 to go.
We're going to hold it a little bit, Jay.
Well, we're going to make them guard us, that's for sure. Kicked out Jackson. Devontae Jackson 3-ball. Devontae's got 5, 52-36.
Steal.
Knocked away by Devontae Jackson. Aiden Brown, Devontae. Benejan on the near side. He'll challenge Harris. Kick out Billings. 3-ball. No. Rebound off to Bedford, but Billings is going to get it back on the back pressure. Nice job by Jameer Billings. 52-36, Lorain, 5.5 to play. And the most impressive number there, Bob, is the 36.
Yeah, we're holding it now, Jay.
This is Benejan against Harris. Benejan will cross over, high dribble, gets it off to Billings, who will walk it into the middle and kick it back to Devontae Jackson. Devontae works against Miller and gets it over to Benejan. 5 minutes to go.
I'd like to see us set
there's an over and back.
I'd like to see us set a pick when we run that high triangle.
Let's just remember that
as opposed to just cut.
In the first half, when we crossed, they were trapping everything. I just wish we'd play the gray line as the over and back line there, so we're not quite so high. 52-36.
You know, there's just a lot of flat passes to that make me nervous, Jay.
I agree. Hester brings it across. Smith-Lowry. 12 is Clark. They're running what we run, Bob. There's the triangle, the high pick, and taken away by Billings.
Wow.
Billings.
You are right about Billings, Jay.
Benejan. Benejan to the hoop, scoop, and score. Deontay with 18. Wow. 54-36. Wow. 18 is the lead. I would not have believed this one coming in. That might have been a travel. And there's a pass to the coaching staff. Ball over to the Titans. That coach was open. And that'll get Aaron McCrimmon off the bench. And Jake O'Lee off to give Benejan another blow. Whitehead works hard against Hester.
You know, he's a very safe
one-on-one
offensive player against pressure. He's very safe. Good decision making.
Billings, Jackson, no hurry here. Lee, Billings, 4 minutes to go. Jackson down the lane. That's off of his leg. It was a good poke away by Simmons. And off of the leg of Devontae Jackson. 18 points is the lead with 4 minutes and a tick. Harris picks it up. He's going to have to try and take this thing over, I would think.
Well, 18's looking pretty good, Jay.
Right, when you've given up 36, 18 looks good.
See, they are not the kind of team.
They're maybe overly organized in the half court.
That's going to bombard you with made threes.
Right. They're not even looking for threes.
They don't shoot it. Now, that's probably their 8th pass on this possession.
Down the lane, nice finish
and well
by
done.
Chase Harris. Thought he got away with a travel on the beginning. Now the pressure and Lee comes back.
But they took 35 seconds on that possession.
Right, 3:20 to go as Whitehead gets it in the backcourt. Whistle, timeout, Lorain. That'll get Bennigan back for one thing. 3:19 to go. And whether you're a beginning athlete or training for the big leagues, you deserve the best care available. That's why Cleveland Clinic Sports Health offers treatments and services for all your sports medicine needs. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit sports-health.org to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, treating pro athletes and you.
Yeah, everybody's played really well, Jay. I mean, the team was down 3 players. As you said, 3 out of your top 10, and then come through with this kind of performance. And, really guard defense, creating loose balls and so forth at around the top of their offense really has made the difference in this game.
Right.
And we've done a much better job of getting back, taking away the easy transition baskets that they were getting in the first quarter. That's why they got 14.
Right. They had 7 layups in the first quarter.
But I mean, everybody has played well.
Yes,
Everybody.
Yes.
Plus grade for the entire team. Just outstanding.
3:19 to go. They added 3 seconds to the clock. It's Lorain's ball between the scorer's table and Bedford bench. Bennigan will take it from Jackson and bring it ahead. Deontay, they're going to jump the thumbs up at Bob. Whitehead, Bennigan.
Yeah. Well, this is where you have to make strong cuts off the ball.
Jackson.
Curl in front of the trap.
Jaco Lee skips it out to Bennigan. We'll start it again. Now they rotate up to take that half.
You've got to make yourself available.
Whitehead 3-ball, flat one, got it. Aaron Whitehead, 10 in the second half, 15 in the game. 57-38. Bob, you said he had to shoot it.
Yeah, but not now. I don't think that was a good shot.
Right, well, it turned out to be one. 3-ball from Aaron McCrimmon. That's the first 3-ball of the night.
That's their first perimeter score.
Right. Not just first perimeter
score.
When they got away with a flat one there. Bennigan, 15-footer. Good. 20 for Deontay. 18-point lead. 2:20 to go. Coach Ross clearing the bench.
Wait a minute, you don't have.
He's got Billings at the table.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Laid it up and in. Malik Simmons with 4, both in this half. And
all right, now
Titans. That was too loose right there.
Yeah, exactly. First open man, make the easy pass.
And handle the ball.
Yeah.
Billings in for Devontae Jackson. So you've got really 4 ball handlers and Aiden Brown on the line on the floor now. 2:07 to go.
Strong cuts, first open man, make the easy pass. Simple as that.
Takes a nuclear war to get a 1-on-1 in this situation. Billings, Whitehead, splits it, lobs it, gets it back. No, and Harris with the rebound. That was as bad a trip as we've had all night, Bob. Harris down the lane, splits it, but I think that might have gone the other way. Jaco Lee blocked that off Harris's shoulder, I thought. If we had a challenge, I'd throw the flag here.
Jay, we've talked about the officiating. I think the officiating has been very good. It's been consistently
haven't noticed it, Bob.
Good.
Haven't noticed it.
Well done.
In the corner, 3-ball from McCrimmon. No. Knocked back to Bedford. Up.
Oh, no foul.
Blocked the shot on the floor, and Whitehead comes away. Left-handed scooper, good. Aaron Whitehead with 12 in the half, 17 in the game. 61-43. 3-ball, no. McCrimmon gets it back. Down the lane, whack, no. Aiden Brown again. He's been a man tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Whitehead, Lee, 18-footer, no, but Aiden Brown will get himself another rebound. Aiden Brown has owned the backboards in the second half, Bob.
Nice job.
Just absolutely owned him with 1:05 to go.
Curl to the ball, fellas.
Spread it out.
Make yourself available.
Expect contact because it's 2 team fouls. Under a minute left. The Bedford coaching staff is trying to get him to foul. Lee, back up top to Billings, and we'll do it again. Jackson and Manning at the scores table with 45 seconds left. Skipped it over to Whitehead, back out to Billings. This is fun. Aaron Whitehead, 37 seconds to go. Back to Billings. Jameer, double team, gets it over to Lee with 30 seconds to go. Ball fake, back to Billings, 26 seconds to go. Skip it back to Jake O'Lee. This is going to be one of the best wins.
Yeah, this is a good win.
John Rossitano's career, as it's taken away with 20 seconds to go. Harris, that you'll have. Mr. Harris with 18, 61-45. Billings will walk it across and run out the clock, and this one belongs to Lorain. 61 for the Titans, 45 for Bedford. And 31 points the final 3 quarters, Bob.
Really a nice win, Jay. I mean, everybody played so well, played hard, played under control. Coaches coached a good game. I mean, they did everything and made the adjustment to, to get back and take away transition baskets after that first quarter. I really thought the turnaround was forcing the turnovers around the 10-second line, which gave us, allowed us to pop the score a couple of times and get some easy baskets. Everybody, just a wonderful win. Just a wonderful win.
Bob, you didn't mention anybody by name there, but
everybody.
I think it was too, but a special recognition. Aiden Brown really dominated the second half.
Played a lot of minutes too. I don't think he came out the second half.
And just was outstanding on the backboards. Aaron Whitehead, I thought, had an excellent floor game. Deontay Benigin pitched in some rebounds along with his scoring. Real quick for Lorain on quarters of 11, 16, 16, and 18. It was 2 points for Javon Manning on a stick back. Devontae Jackson and Jameer Billings each had 5. And then in double figures, Aiden Brown with 8 in the first half, 4 in the second half, 12. And Aaron Whitehead, 17, 5 in the first, 12 in the second. And 12 in the first, 8 in the second. Deontay Benigin leads everyone with 20 points for Lorain. That's a huge win to start off the conference play. And let me tell you, that Bedford team's going to beat
the Bedford team's good. Jay, with that young outfit that they have, and again, basically everybody's back this year, and a number of those players played as freshmen. They won 10 last year.
Right, and you mentioned it a couple times during the game. They're not just a group of athletes. They're very well organized.
They are well organized. It's a good coaching job.
Yes, they're going to beat some people in the LEL. But what a way to start the season at home, Bob. Well, 61-45 in a game when Lorain was shorthanded. And honestly, I didn't have any idea what to expect.
Well, after the first quarter, I thought we were in trouble because of the way they were scoring.
They, 14 points on layups in the first quarter. And quite honestly, the size we were putting out there wasn't a lot we could do about it other than, playing position and keeping them from the basket. And I think from that point on, we did that very well.
Yeah.
And that's just a great adjustment there.
Jay, I know I've been a little bit critical in the past, but our half-court offense, we're reversing the ball. We're not playing on a quarter of the court anymore as we have the past couple of years, in my opinion.
I agree.
Looked much better also.
I totally agree with that assessment, Bob. And, 61-45. Titans are 1-0 in the LEL. They'll travel to East Cleveland to play the Shaw Cardinals on Friday and then be back home to play Vermilion as the next home game. But for Joe Bach, who gets us on the air and does all those things, for Bob Braskich, this is Jay Ferguson reminding everybody it is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.